Hi everyone, I'm Jeanette. Welcome back to our Headset Off, Mic On podcast series. Today we're pulling back the curtains on what a typical workday feels like. The pace, the small wins, the pressure, and all the moments in between. Before we get into it, I'd like to introduce our wonderful ITellers.
Name is Ryan.
Hi, my name is Jamila. It's my pleasure.
Hi, my name is Tasika.
All right, so these are our wonderful ITellers who will be featuring on this episode. Before we get into it, let me lighten the mood a little bit. If you could describe your workday using a gym workout, what would it be and why? But let's start with Ryan.
Well, I'll say full cardio workout exercise, to be honest. You have to get your mindset, you have to get your body in shape mentally, actually. Just like any other work, you have to be prepared likewise, So it's basically like a cardio workout. Endurance is the thing, man.
I 100% agree with the sentiment he shares. For me, I'm not much of a talker, so it was definitely a full cardiovascular workout. Coming into the call center, you get used to talking with different persons, so you're increasing the amount of conversations that you're having. So for me, it definitely improved my lung capabilities because I could never speak to the lengths that I could speak to at this time.
Oh, I understand. Oh, for me, easy, just regular skipping. I would say skipping. The reason why I say skipping, it's easy to learn, but yet still you have to get the feel of it because it can get hard. Based on, working in this environment, so you have to be very, it's easy to learn, but yet still you have to take the steps to,
Yeah, so for it to be
follow
easy,
through.
you have to get your form right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Love that. All right. So if you could describe your workday using only 3 words, what would it be? Stasika, let's start with you.
I would say my work day is really simple, to be honest, differently from like work. 3 words, I would say very busy, to be honest. Very busy. You have to be very prompt. As I said, it's easygoing. Then again, you have to be mindful. You have to, remember the steps that you have to take to carry out the job.
Yeah.
So I would say easy, busy. You have to be empathetic to customers. I would say those 3 things
Yeah.
on a regular day.
All right. Well said. Jamila?
Okay. To describe my work, I would say it's very fast-paced. You'll have days where you have a lot of customers coming at you with a lot of different questions, and being a fast speaker, I tend to go through a lot of questions very quickly.
Yeah.
So it's very fast-paced for me whenever the volumes are, actually peaking. But what I actually enjoy is because the volumes don't always peak, I enjoy when there's a little bit of downtime for me to get to learn new things. So it's an environment that's open for you to learn things. Meeting these customers, they're from all over the world.
Yeah.
So now I'm learning things from all over the world. So it's very entertaining to me as well as being fast-paced. And it's more like a learning environment for someone like myself.
I get you. So it's not just learning from, from your supervisor or your manager. It's also learning from the customers as well.
Right, because trust me, I've learned so much about politics in America that I never even knew. But this came from my customer. I'm not even a political person, but the drive that they have with it, it just gets me engaged with them. So just being able to learn different perspective, it's really good.
Yeah. That's good. It's really good. So Rayon?
Yeah, to be honest, ever-changing environment. Nothing is static. Today is this, tomorrow is a different thing.
Yeah.
The work environment is pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to be mentally prepared for it, So it's ever-changing. Ever-changing.
But it's exciting though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I
Yeah.
like the thrill of it.
It's okay, but I like the thrill of it.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you mentally active.
Anybody wants to be a part of an exciting environment that's always changing. You
Definitely.
don't want to get
Boring,
stuck.
not
you ain't
boring.
gonna spend your day yawning,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Not stuck in this pattern where
Exactly.
you're doing the same thing every day.
Right.
So it's
That's good.
always changing.
Okay. All right. What's your go-to reset between calls? Start with you, Jamila.
My go-to reset are my coworkers. I spend so many time talking to customers that sometimes I want to come back to Jamaica and just vent in my natural language and be like, can you believe this? So being able to go to my coworkers and have them relate to whatever struggle or whatever challenge I experience on the call, that's definitely my go-to. If they're not around, my go-to is just surfing on some photos just to see what's happening out there. I can't really read it, but I can definitely see in photo what's keeping out there.
Just like a reality check.
Yeah, a little reality check to
Yeah.
come back to Jamaica, you know?
I get you. Stasika?
Oh, well, personally, I'm always singing. So between the calls, because these calls are really hectic sometimes. I would say singing. I hum a lot to myself, as well as what she said, actually, go back to my roots. And I would probably, say this, that happened between this call, and then I'm fine, good again, ready for the next call, to be honest.
So your coworkers are getting a free performance.
I hope you're one of the good singers because I tend to get some free performances. So I hope you're one of the great singers, you know.
Hopefully, for the sake of her coworkers. Ryan?
To be like a quick meditation, basically, if I'm coming off a very hectic call, you have to be composed.
Breathe.
You have to breathe, breath work. Yeah, so just a quick meditation for me, just a quick moment of silence sometime, just to get a quick reset. And, your fellow colleagues likewise, you just have a little time with them and just to reset.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring forward the previous,
Pass into the
interaction
new one, you know?
over into another person, so you have to,
That's very good
a quick,
advice.
quick reset and, to get
True.
yourself back together, basically.
Yeah. I like that response. What's the one thing you want people to understand about this job? Let's start with you, Ryan.
Yeah, just like any workspace, things do have their challenges. It's just how we go about them. You set your goals, you set your aspirations, and you work towards them. Not everything is going to go perfect, but you try your best. If you don't have the level of experience, you seek someone that can assist, but everything do have their challenges. You just have to work towards them likewise,
He's dropping some good wisdom here.
Yeah, good wisdom. That's good
All right,
wisdom.
Jamila?
This job it's pretty amazing. I think when you think about going into a call center, you think about calls all day, but that may not necessarily be the case. We have different means of communicating with the customer, so it may not just be a call environment. You may find yourself communicating with an email or a chat. So I love the different channels that we're able to communicate with customers on, but I also love the fact that ITIL is a company where you can elevate. So whenever you come in, you don't have to worry about staying stagnant wherever you are. Not also
Never changing.
You know what I'm saying? Also, they have the tools because they have the tools and the courses to help you to get to where you want to get to. So if you're a self-paced learner, you can also pace yourself, or they have workshops that you can be dropped into. So I love the fact that they bring about these different opportunities. So that's good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at offering us deals from other companies as well. Like the rainforest.
Yes.
We absolutely adore those, So just getting those little random things happening throughout the day, the week, the month, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's not just about the work, it's about the culture.
Right.
Environment.
Oh, they kind of said what I wanted to say, but I'm still gonna say it, feeding off what they said before. First thing, growth. A lot of growth. You don't just stay where you are. I think that's something that you need to know about ITEL, as well as, what we've talked about before. It's very fast-paced. It's changing information. So you get to learn. So it's like a stepping stone. You learning more every day. Having the mindset, like persons, if you have the right persons around you, they give you really good,
Push. They give you that push.
Motivation to get through the day. Okay. All right. So, last question. If your customer could describe you in one sentence, what would they say? Let's start with Jamila because she already have a response ready.
Because I've already heard it from my customers. So, to me, a sentence I've heard a lot is, "Wow, Jamila, you've really made my day."
Love
Now,
that.
that happens because I'm the kind of person that likes to go, I think the term here that they use is above and beyond. But me being a 90s person, I grew up on Toy Story and Bud Lightyear. So for me, it's more to infinity and beyond. So I try to have that type of mindset whenever I come across certain situations. So I'm a more of an infinity and beyond type of person. And
Yeah.
that comes off to my customers. So they generally like to thank me for just going above what they expected from me.
Yeah.
Well, which is the same for me, guys, because to be honest, feedback is what I get a lot in regards, because we give a lot of surveys where I'm at. So most of the customers that I do deal with 10 to 10 day to day, they're all like, "Hey, Sasika, you're the first person I ever talked to help me with this. Thank you for listening," stuff like that. So I would say feedback. They would say I'm someone who's, always able to solve their problem, or if not solve it, provide other steps that they can take to fix the problem. So I think that's what they would say about
Okay, I love
problem
that.
solver.
Problem solver. All right, I have a bonus question now. All right. So I want you to tell, prospective employees, what's one thing that you think they would enjoy the most about working at ITEL? Speak coming from your experience.
From me, well, about ITIL, as I said, to me, it's a comfortable environment. So it brings me right back to a lot of opportunities that I have been saying before. So I would say if you come here, you're gonna enjoy your stay, duh. So that's what I would say. Come enjoy, have the mindset, and you will be okay on the right path, I guess.
Jamila?
So for me, I think it's the activities and the view. The view most of all, because I'm a beach
beautiful
goer.
sea view.
Yeah. So being able to have the parking lot to just go out there and de-stress some of the times is really good. But then they have the activities that I'm looking forward to the most, which is the inter-department football competition. So I really like the sports activities that we get the opportunity to, engage in.
Yeah, so engagement is on an all-time high.
And I love it.
Okay. Awesome. Ryan?
Yeah, pretty much they basically sums it up. The
Yeah.
environment is one of the best in the BPO sector and in Mobay actually.
Yeah.
The views, the activities that she
Can't
mentioned.
compare.
Can't
No,
compare.
Melissa couldn't take that view.
Even if you tried.
I know, right?
Yeah, and the level of improvement, you can actually excel in the area of sophistication. So
And I don't hear nobody say it. The family, one of our main core values. You guys mentioned your friends. Well, yeah, fair enough. There we have it. It's honest, unfiltered, and the real reality behind the headset.